Hello out there. Anyone there? I hope you're doing well. Well, I am well. I am sitting at home by myself. What time is it? It's 5:30 here. Kids are playing and watching something while I'm with you here. So anyway, you're my family. I get to really share with you all what happens in my life, including this. You know, um, One thing I'm learning is life has a lot of ups and downs, and sometimes they come with absolutely no notice. So yes. So anyway, I thought I can share with you of what's happening to my family. I'm not in Africa right now, so sometimes it can be really hard when you cannot be with your family to be there for them and encourage them and do everything you can to help them out. So that is a challenge for me. But I'm grateful that I get to be with you and I get to share with you my journey, that I get to share with you the good and the bad. And I'm appreciative of each one of you, that you're always there to listen, that you're always there to encourage me, that you're always there to just be there. There's nothing in life than having a village. As you all know, I come from Africa. A village is everything. When you don't have water, when your neighbor has water, you go get water. I remember growing up as a little boy, sometimes my mom could not afford a matchbox, so the way we would get fire was to go to the neighbor to get some fire or a live fire to have fire. Or sometimes could not afford salt, so she would go to the neighbor to get salt. So really, that's kind of what a village means, or that's what a village looks like, especially for us who live in Africa. So I live in the United States, but I still live like I was in Africa. So you are my village, and I'm grateful for you. And I thought, who else can I share this? One, that I need prayers. Two, that it's really difficult not being at home, not being there to comfort them and do the best I can to be there for my family. So I'm grateful for each one of you, and I'm grateful that I get to share and tell you a little bit of my story. Sometimes sharing this news can be really tough, but you can ask me questions. You ask me questions, I'll do my best to answer them, as you all know, that I was a street kid and a stranger changed my life. I was trying to steal from him, but he said, "Hey, you're not a thief." But he saw the best in me when I could not even see it myself, and he changed my life. He put me in school where I was able to go to school in Uganda, in England, and that's how I came to the United States. But also, he changed the life of my family as well. I'm the oldest of five, and I think my siblings, seeing how successful I had gone, they also really took it serious to go to school, and that is what changed their lives as well. So they've been my family. Most people ask me, is your mom and dad? Absolutely, because they fostered me. They didn't just put me in school, but they brought me to his home and made me part of their family. And most people know them as my biological family, but really they are kind of my foster parents. So today I just want to tell you a little bit of his story, but also sad that I get to share with you of what's happening. So anyway, I think he's doing well. So a few years ago, maybe I don't know, about seven or about 7 or 8 years, he had prostate cancer. So he was able to to go to South Africa, and he was a bit treated in some way. But a few months ago, he began to feel pain. So he's like, I need to go for checkup. So he did go for checkup, and they found that he had come back in some way. I think a stage 3, I think, So we knew coming to the United States, that would be really difficult. And, getting a visa and approving and the finances, that can be really crazy. So we thought India was the best way that we can go. So pray for us as he goes to India for that. We are thankful for the doctors that have been able to help him. And we're grateful for everything, absolutely. So India was the best place we could go, that is fast, cheaper, and easier for him as well. So that's what I really wanted to share with you. So I'm going to read a few your comments and see if there's a question or that I can answer. We are praying for you. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate your prayers, warriors, and force. Absolutely appreciate that so much. All the best. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Ruth. Hello, Peter and family. Why is your foster dad going to go for India? Well, I explained to you, he had prostate cancer and he came back, so that's why I had to go to India for surgery. Why? It's cheaper, but also easy to get a visa and quickly. And that's why we wanted him to help him and go to India. Absolutely, yeah. Love healing prayers. Absolutely love you, Iram. God is bigger than prayer. Absolutely. Sending prayers. Yes. Kate, how are you? To Jersey. Yes. I hope you're doing well. Please try to get him here. How are your kids met? No, my kids have not. Only Anthony. Someone asked me if my kids have met my foster dad. They have never. Only Anthony met him once. He came to the United States, and Anthony was able to meet him. I think he was about 14 or 15. So he's the only one that has met him. The rest of my kids have not, but hopefully when he gets better, we probably go to Africa and get to see him. So that is the plan for sure. So thank you all for your prayers. It really means the world to me that you can pray for me, that you can come alongside here and journey with me and we pray for him. So thank you and thank you and thank you. It's all unfamiliar to me. Take care. Yes, absolutely. Someone asked, like, well, we should bring her to United States. We should bring him to United States. Getting a visit to United States is really tough. That could take month and month. And he's not in good shape right now that he needs the surgery as soon as possible. Also, coming to United States, you might need about 50 grand to do that, or $100,000. Well, I don't have that kind of money. So, or our family doesn't have that kind of money. So, India was the best way. It's cheaper and it's quick. One of our in-laws, he's a doctor, so he's been really helping them, and also kind of really planning for all the work in India. So it's a place we're familiar, and so that's why we are going, or where he's going for sure. So thank you for all your prayers. I'm reading a little bit again. Prayer for the foster dad. Yes, thank you. I truly appreciate that for sure. Great community. Yep. Reach out to the hospital here for follow up. Yes, maybe yes. We can reach out to the hospitals here for follow up after, but he's not in good shape right now. He needs a doctor. So that's why we can't wait any longer. We have to make it as soon as possible. Absolutely. You can ask me any question and I'll be able to answer. It's hard to say everything right now because you're thinking and worried at the same time, So sometimes I don't get to say what I need to, but if you ask me questions, I'll be able to do so. But I am so grateful for each one of you for being my village. I truly, truly appreciate that. So keep him in our prayers, and I hope he gets better soon. Okay. Let's see, any question? Yeah, cancer is the worst. Yes, it is the worst, and we are a little anxious, but we know things will go well. We are hopeful at the same time. We have families that have gone, we have friends that have gone to India, have done that. And so there's a little history of, we truly believe that God will protect him and heal him and give the doctor all the wisdom they need to take care of him. So we are hopeful, absolutely. Yes, God knows. Thank you, Nana. Meditation will always help. I appreciate that for sure. And I take care of myself, as you dangerously say. Yes, absolutely. I'll take care of myself as well. Why did he come to South Africa? Why didn't he come? Well, someone is asking, why didn't he come to South Africa? Well, the first surgery about 7 years ago was in South Africa, So we thought, because we have a little help in India, maybe the people we know, and we've taken a few there, we thought would be the fastest to go for sure as well. So yes, first surgery was done in South Africa, but now we're going to India to make sure that everything goes well. So yes, I like your question, absolutely. Pray for each one of you, absolutely. Thank you so much. That was a good question, Gwen, and we appreciate and we love the services he got in South Africa. Prayers. Has your foster dad always lived in South Africa? I'll pray for him. No, he lives in Uganda. He has always lived in Uganda. So he lives in Uganda, not South Africa. Lives in Uganda. But for the first surgery, he went to South Africa for that surgery. So we appreciate the doctors that got to help him while he was in South Africa. Good night and serve on Babandas. Oh, wow. Okay. You need to go to bed for sure. Our prayers, we truly, truly appreciate all the prayers. There's many of us, that are praying, but also he'll be traveling with my younger brother. to India to make sure that he's taken care of while he's there. So we are hoping the best, and we know things will go well. I promise to keep you posted as things go. So uh, if they arrive, let's say on Monday, I think the surgery will be on Wednesday. So it's really quick, really, really quick. We hope that goes really well. So I'll keep you posted, but keep in your prayers as I pray for them as well as we wait. Again, any questions? Have any question? I'm happy to answer anything that you have out there. Our prayers. So, Stephanie, thank you so much. Things will be well. Sending you lots of love. Thank you, divine life, blissful self, positive vibration. Absolutely, we love all those. Sending. Oh, thank you, guys. We truly appreciate you for always being there for our kids, and also for being there for my dad. I call him dad. Most people know him as my dad. So it's truly been a joy. So I got to meet him. I was maybe 14, and then he took me in to school, and then they brought me into his home. So I've lived with them since I was 16 years old. When I was in a boarding school, that's a home that I went to. That's where I learned most of, I'm a foster parent because of him, because I saw how he cared for people. But also he taught me really what to be a parent and how to love unconditionally. I wasn't a good kid, but he loved me anyway, despite of what I had to do, but he was always there for me. So he truly changed my life. But also, too, he changed and broke the cycle of poverty, but also on abuse. As a kid, I thought every man treats people that way because that's what I saw my dad do. He was mean and abusive in every way, shape, form. So I thought every man is that way. But somehow he changed the life for me. He showed me the best way to live. He showed me the best way to treat people. He showed me the best way to honor women as well. He showed me the best way to love unconditionally and take care of the least of this. So that's why I really admire him, and I truly love him that much. So he's truly a dad, the best dad I can say, the best human being I can say. And I wish I could be a tenth of his life for sure. Thank you, Malibu, for that. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Is that your foster? So they're asking me, is that your foster brother that will be traveling with him? Yes, that's my foster brother. He'll be traveling with him to India. Does your blood family have a rush with your foster dad? Absolutely. And I think for my mother, seeing how a stranger can love, their son this much, they really wanted to know them. And so for these years, they have really been friends. If I need counseling for my my family, I say, can you go and talk to my dad? He's not being a nice dad. So they've really been really, really good friends in some way, and they see each other often. So yes, he's been an amazing friend. Do you have a church in North Carolina? I go to Elevation or online. Reach out for prayer. I do. Yes, I go to church here in Charlotte as well. Yeah, I have a few friends that go to Elevation. Yes, absolutely. I will try that. Oh, is this Gems? Yes, that is Gems. Someone is asking. You must have read my book. Yes, this is Gems. Absolutely. The man who helped me and rescued me as a street kid. Okay. Is that your first brother? Yada, yada. Oh, is this James, the man who helped me? Yes, he is. He must be proud of me. Yes, he's proud of me every day. I can tell you. He's proud of me of how far he helped me, but also how far he brought me here. So thank you for your prayers. It's a tough season, especially during Christmas, but we know that he'll be okay because we trust the doctors, but also we know that God will take care of him. Absolutely. Uh, do your kids have a relationship with grandma in Uganda and aunts and uncles? Yes, but the only relationship they have is on, again, FaceTime or WhatsApp. But I would love them to go to Africa and get to meet them, and I think that will really change the way of, seeing someone online on screen is different than when you meet them. So I'm really excited for my kids to go to Africa and meet my family and all my friends and all my aunties and uncles soon. But they've met two of my brothers. So my brother was here about 2 weeks ago. So they got to meet him. And then I have a brother who lives in Atlanta as well. So they get to see him often as well. So I have some members of the family that have been to the United States, and my family or my kids have been able to meet. Okay, let's see. Charlie, that was a good question. Sending you love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I grew up without family. I grew up without a family from when I was 15 years old. I know. Yes, I know. I didn't have one until I was almost 16. So I know what that means. You deserve your father's love. You are a wonderful person. Well, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Absolutely. Love that. I can't look at you without smiling. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you. I hope my facial gray hair. You see, when you have children, this is what they do. You get gray hair. I wish I could see everyone, all of your faces, and see what you look like. I know some of you probably have this kind of hair. I didn't have until I became a dad. Then I was like, wow, okay. I wish I met someone like you when I was alone. Oh, well, I'm still alone. Just so you know that. I can't look you up. Okay. Hey Peter. Hey Jay. God's love is amazing. He made you. Thank you. Esther. Hey Peter. Your foster dad will be okay. Prayers to your foster dad heals and recovers soon. Absolutely. And I'll keep you posted as he travels to India this weekend. Oh, thank you. I truly appreciate Divine. Dads aren't that great. Yes, I don't know. I feel like my kids have just and the hair is all gone. While all my kids have hair, I have zero hair. This is what parents would do, especially when you have teenagers. This teenagers and toddlers will take all the hair you have and give you all the gray hair. So if you have gray hair, don't blame yourself. Don't think about your age. Think about the children that have done that to you. That's what I use as an excuse. Anyway, thank you. I'm adapting myself now. Keep doing what you do. Oh, I love that. Handsome? Oof, okay. I'm handsome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Praying for him. Yeah, keep praying for him. He's older, so he's what, 75 or 78. So he's out there. So we are hoping that God will give him extra years so my kids can get to meet him and get to love on him and get to really know him. So I pray for him as he travels. So remember, you're traveling to a country that is not yours. That can cause a lot of anxiousness. So we pray that he feels okay. We pray that doctors take care of him. We pray that they get a home to stay, or a hotel, and also to make sure that the scheduled uh, surgery takes on time as it's been planned. So we are hoping and praying for that as well. So if you have any question, again, you can ask me anything you want to know. I'll be able to tell you. Right now, I can't find words to say, or I can't find anything ready to update you. But if you have any question, ask me. So he's about 78. He has six children. He has two girls, and four boys. Yep, you heard me. Two girls and four boys. Read part of your prayer. Thank you. Your foster dad was you making Peter. Yes, really, truly, I am who I am because of him. Think about someone loving some. I had no boundaries. I didn't know what manners were. I didn't know what really. Remember when you're a street kid and you've lived most of your life as a street, they had no boundaries. You don't know. Stealing could come just like easy. You couldn't even think about because that was a way of life. But really, it really changed my life. I think for the first time when I went to visit his family. So I went to boarding school and then later they invited me to go to their home. So that first day, it was a Sunday. That day when I arrived, they were having dinner. They were sitting on the table and they were eating. And I'm like, no, this can't be real. There's no way a man can sit on the table with his entire family and nothing's gonna happen. For me, growing up, we always ate before dad came because if my father came before we ate, that was gonna go through the window. But also, you didn't know who was getting the beatings that night, so we had to always eat before he came so we can hide. So for me, when I visited them first, I saw them sitting on the table and he was meeting his family, and they were all laughing. I was like, this can't be real. Like this can't really be real. But I realized that that was normal for them. To me, it was foreign. You know what I did? I did not sit on that table because I was afraid that when he beat cussing or throwing food, I didn't want to be part of that. So I sat at the exit door because I was afraid every man does that in his family. See how far I've come? I mean, I have come from zero to, I don't know, 360 degrees for sure. So he changed my life and he showed me what a father ought to be, what a man ought to be, and what a good dad looks like. So everything I learned, everything I know, I learned from his family. So I'm grateful for that. Whoa, Rena, reality, you sent me $10. Oh, thank you. I truly appreciate that. Will take me for a coffee. I promise you. I'll go for a coffee tomorrow. So thank you and thank you and thank you. Can we plan a time of the day where we can all stop and say a prayer for you? Yes, absolutely. So here's what I would think on Wednesday. So it's really difficult to know because I live in the United States and I live on the East Coast. So noon my time. So noon my time. So that would be 9 a.m. For those who live on the Pacific West Coast. And then in India, I think it would be like early morning in the morning or in the afternoon or whatever time. So I would say Wednesday. Let's say Wednesday at noon. If we can all have prayer for him, that would be wonderful because that's the time all the day the surgery will be happening. So I'll keep you posted. Think of geometrical progression and the legacy. Yes, absolutely. The legacy he left and the legacy he's created as well. That he could love a little thief boy on the streets of Kampala and to see how far I've gone. Every time I ask him, like, did you know I'll stay at school for more than that? He said, well, I knew you could stay maybe for 24 hours. That was the best I thought. So little did he know I'll go this far. So as I share with you, never give up on someone, but also always see the best in others when sometimes they don't even see that in themselves. So for me, I didn't know what hopeful was because I had never, hoping was like, how do I say it? Being hopeful was like lying myself, like lying myself of what wasn't true. That's what hopeful meant. So for me, hopeful was a place I could not go because I always felt it cannot be true for me. But he told me how, and that really changed my life. That changed my life. Let's see. Yes, Wednesday. I like that. What's your degree in? So I have gone through school so many. So I have 3 degrees. I have a degree in business administration from Uganda, crisis management. I went to school in England, and I have business and theology that I went to school here in the United States. So I'm over educated. I would say too educated. I would say. Let's see. He hasn't left yet. He's still king at legacy. Yes, he is. We know he's gonna be okay. Truly, we know he's gonna be okay. So thank you for that prayer for sure. So your dad, yes, Chris, back. He will be okay. At least we know he's going to see a doctor, and the surgery is scheduled. So we truly believe and are hopeful that things will be okay for sure. Walk by faith. Absolutely. Walking by faith. You're big online for love. You and sends prayers for your family. Oh, thank you. Pre appreciate that. Let's see. Any question? I'm looking for any question to make sure that I answer everyone's question. Off topic. Terry, Terry, what are you saying off topic? What are your goals for next year? What are my goals for next year? Who take my kids to Africa? That is my one goal. Take my kids to Africa. That is my goal. And if I could achieve that, it'd be the best goal I would set. I'm serious. I'll be going to Africa, of course, for work, but it's for work. But this time, I really want to take my kids to meet my family. That is my number one goal for 2025. Thank you for asking. It's not off topic, it's a good question. Of course, I want my kids to meet gems. I really want them to. So that is a big goal. And that's why I'm praying for him to get better soon. All right, let's see. Any questions? I'm reading. I'm trying to read. Hey Peter, just came in. I'm so sorry for your dad. I pray will get yes, he'll get better. And I appreciate you for that. How is it possible to forgive a family that let you totally down, even though they did not have drugs, economic problem, but toxic? Okay, I like. Oh, it's off topic, but I would like to answer. Look, here's what for me. I hated my father, and I can honestly tell you, I hated my father, and all my goal in life was to go back home and hurt him. That's what I lived for in someone. But then I realized that that was not the right thing to do. Literally, the anger and the hatred he had towards me is what I was living for. So basically, I was turning into him. He was ruining my future, and I did not want to give him my future. So for me, I realized that forgiving him, it's not like I was expecting him to come to me and say, Peter, sorry for what I did. No, I think for my own self, I wanted to let it go because I did not want him to ruin my future. I did not want him to take what was there for me. I had worked so hard to be where I was, and to have that hatred, it was him winning, and I could not let that happen. So for me, forgiveness isn't so much about him. Forgiveness is for me to let it go so I can enjoy my future, so I can enjoy my present and my future without having the baggage of my past dragging me everywhere. So for me, that was really the whole mechanism. And for those, there's one story that really changed my life, the story of Joseph. When Joseph's brother found he was alive in Egypt, they were worried, and they thought he would kill them. But I love the words he used. He said, hey, for what you meant for evil, God used it for good to save a life. And that's how I look at my life as well. That yes, for what my father intended towards me, making sure that I use it for good. In other words, yes, use the empathy, the abuse that I had to endure, or that I had to watch towards my mom as well, that I can use that empathy to help others and help my mom and everyone around me. So for me, that's the story that really, really, in some way, helped me to use my past as a foundation to help others and to help myself. You know, and so for me, that has been my motto. And that story really has always been in my head. For what you meant for evil, God used it for good to save life. See? So I hope, even for you listening, if you have hatred or you have anger towards a member of the family, or your ex-wife or your ex, whatever hurt you, just holding on the past, it's literally letting them win. But letting go of the past is you owning your future and letting and saying, I do not want my past to ruin my future. Also, that I refuse to let what they wish for me somehow define my future. That's a little wisdom I can share with you, that I learned how to let it go and also use it as a foundation to better myself. Yes, I have empathy and love for the lost and love for the most vulnerable because I was in that place. So rather than see it as a negative, so for me, I see it as a positive. Like, hey, how can I use my empathy or my past to see the best and to do the best for others? That's what has helped me, and I hope that can help you as well. Sorry, I went off. Rabbit trail. Yep. Your bio dad still alive? Yes, my bio dad is still alive and still married to my mom. How's your dad? He's doing well. He's probably on the way to India as we speak. I hope for the aged out children is possible in your assistance through the government. Oh, Chris, you're asking. Uh, Yes, we can discuss about that someday. You ever speak at foster or adoption agency conference? Yes, I speak. Most of my time, I get to speak literally every week somewhere. So yes, I speak at adoption agencies. I speak for fundraising for foster care. I speak for conferences that are really teaching foster parents or anything really to deal with helping children who are the most vulnerable. I get to share my story. But also, I have learned a few lessons that I get to share a few lessons. So if you know anyone, or you have a conference, or you have a church, or you have anywhere that you want to invite me, take me. I'll do that. That's what I love to do. How's your brother doing? Oh, yes, my brother is doing well. He's recovering. Once you have heart attack, of course, it's left him almost like 90% well, but he still has to do rehab so he can better walk better. So he's doing well. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Unforgettable is a baggage that you cannot afford to carry around with you. Yes, absolutely. It's the baggage you can put down that you don't need to carry. So, on that note, again, thank you for being there for me, and thank you for your prayers. Let's keep my dad for this week. Let's pray for him on Wednesday at noon my time, if you can. Lift him in your prayers so the surgery can go well. He's on the way to India, and I hope he does better. And I hope God is with him. So I'm gonna feed my kids. I really thank you tonight. What is it? Yeah, it's 6 p.m. here on Eastern Time. Eastern Time. And tomorrow is school after a 5 day. It felt like forever. 5 day off school. So we're gonna go back to rhythm and get back to our routine. So thank you so much. And for those in the US, thank you. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving with your family. We appreciate you and we love you so much. So I'm going to feed my children right now. And I appreciate each one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings to you. For those who need to go to bed, go to bed. For those who need to go for dinner, yes, do it. And for those who are still thinking about what you're going to cook for dinner, let's get on it. For me, yes, it's time to feed my kids. So we love you and thank you so much. I'll keep you posted for sure. All right. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Thank you and thank you. Blessings.